Okay, everyone, listen up on this subject because it's very important. And it's actually about uh, a very dangerous banking cartel called the Federal Reserve. And hear me out because this is something that was discussed back in 2012 by one very brave, very astute lone congressman from Texas named Dr. Ron Paul. And he wrote this book called End the Fed. And the reason he wrote this book is because he understood that the reason that the American people since 1913 have been um, have been drowning in all this inflationary debt and spending, and all of these wars that the United States is fighting in countries uh, all over the world, such as the Iraq War, the Syrian War, the Libyan War, all of these wars that are stealing the wealth from the country are because the our currency is debased, it's valueless, it's basically fake money, it's paper money, it's fake money, it's called fiat currency, and what that does is it encourages the military industrial complex to start all these wars outside of the borders, outside of the country, and we murder all these innocent people, and well, not that they're all innocent because there's terrorists too, but um, you know, and going back to 1913, there was a group of elite bankers that plotted to create this criminal banking cartel to take control of the money supply, so that we wouldn't have any competing currencies between precious metals and the Federal Reserve notes. So and then, actually, did you know that one of the reasons, or the main reason, that the Titanic sank is because there was a group that was opposed to the Federal Reserve being created, because they knew that the people that wanted to plot and create the Federal Reserve wanted to enslave the American people for future generations. So, hear me out, because and then, even then, in the 70s under President Nixon, we got away from the gold standard, which in itself I don't understand fully, but I understand that gold has intrinsic value because you can't create gold out of nothing, out of thin air. Paper money, you can constantly print, and then the more that you print, you're going to make it less valuable. And these days, now we have cryptocurrency, which a lot of people are unclear about because they think that it encourages criminal activity and inspires all this bad drug trafficking online and all that, but that's not true because it's all traceable using the what's it called, the blockchain. Sorry, but going back to the cryptocurrency, yeah, cryptocurrency is also real money because there's a finite value of of zeros and ones and bits that can be assigned to the money. So, I think going forward in the future, we can find a combination of using these precious metals such as gold and silver again, as well as the cryptocurrency. But we got to get away from, we can still use legal tender and paper money and this cash, but then all this paper money isn't backed by anything, And then I think we accuse China of being, of being a currency manipulator as well. But uh, the United States itself does not have a currency that has intrinsic value. So that's why, again, to reiterate, that's why we've been fighting all of these wars overseas in countries where we don't belong. And, the military industrial complex has taken control of sending all of our military men and women into all these different countries to die in these wars that we don't belong in. So anyway, do look up this book and understand that both Dr. Ron Paul, as a presidential candidate in 2012, and President Trump were feared, very feared by the people that understand that the Federal Reserve is the main enemy of the American people, because they are a criminal banking cartel.